It's going to be very quick and simple and easy. How do I say Molly? I'm so technology.
All right, what is up, guys? Welcome back to PH Social Live. We got some new toys here in the booth tonight, and I am so excited to try them out. And you know at Ladies Night, they usually have some toys in the mix as well. And I think we're going to have a good time tonight, guys. I saw the lineup out there. Saw all these ladies getting congregated here at the table. And I can tell you from firsthand experience playing with a couple of these ladies that it is probably going to be a wild and crazy game tonight. I know that there are drinks already flowing. We got some great characters in the mix, some returners and a few new ones. And as we get going here in just a minute, we will go ahead and work through our lineup and introduce each one of our ladies. And I know they are already out there playing right now. We're just waiting for our delay to catch up, so we should be going here any minute. And Napalm says, new toys from New Fine Arts. I'm not exactly sure what they have in the mix. I did see they're going to be playing the card game that they played last week, but I talked to Madi and asked her, after they read out a card, could she bring it in here to me? And I'll try to get those read out on the air as well. And Napalm says, are we getting an ASMR stream tonight? We'll see. I was just playing around with all of the audio functions on our new audio mixer here right before we got started and was having a lot of fun with it. We'll see if I find some good places to mix it in. I can tell it's going to be a balancing act for me. It's the first time I've had so many fun tools to my access, and we'll see. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen, but I know it's going to be fun. And shout out to JT for helping get the stream up and going, and then also bringing in this new audio equipment that's going to give us a lot more tools in the toolbox. So I guess everybody got some new toys today. And it looks like Nicole is up there in the corner. She's got that New Fine Arts bag, and that is usually what the goodies come in. So I'm guessing that we are going to see some toys in the mix, as we have on our previous weeks. Appreciate you guys getting fired up in the comments already. Welcome to Napalm. Welcome to JT here in the booth with me. And welcome to Federal as well. Hey, Miss Mary. Wish you were here as well. You're missing a good one, that's for sure. And it looks like they're going Splash Pot right off the bat. These are like some candy pop rocks. Kind of sexy pop rocks. Got a sexy looking package there. Pun intended on the package. Yeah, crickets on that one. Let's see, I'm just looking through the catalog of voice effects and special audio effects as well. JT's got a bunch of pages of good stuff here. And I can distort my voice in a lot of fun ways.
How do you play when you're drunk?
What are we doing? What are we waiting for? Mikey? The little skinny Asian guy? Hey, yo.
It looks like maybe they waited for us. We had just a couple of little technical glitches there getting up and running. For some reason, the computer dropped its frame rate on us and we had to restart it, but looks like everything is rolling now. And all of our ladies are making their way to the table. And there's Baylor Dave right there, one of our fearless commentators here at PH Social and friend of the brand. Fun player to play with as well, and always has something funny and snarky to say.
Wrap me up. Catch me up. Catch me up. I'm done.
Catch me outside?
I don't want
No, we waited for you. Don't leave.
We're not starting fucking, he's so hot.
And they're in the 5 seat, guys. There is the infamous Shorty, one of the players that I saw coming in, and I knew it was going to be a fun night. If you've ever played with Shorty, she is good action and also a lot of fun. Very chatty. Social butterfly, as they say.
You can suggest it.
Alonzo saying, "Hi, Marty." Napalm saying, "Oh shit, Shorty is there. Shorty is here."
I'm Cap.
Okay, we're doing it.
No, it's Cap.
Looks like she's going by Shorty Boo tonight.
But that's what we're suggesting.
Just reading down here, we got,
I want to let you guys decide.
We've always just done it Cap. Okay, cool.
see, we got Poison, we got Dallas, we got Shorty Boo.
$5 cap. $5 bomb pot with a $50.
I mean, those are
Shorty gonna dominate the game. You know, I am really curious, actually. This is the first time I'm thinking about it. Because up to this point, I've had so much going on here trying to get the stream up and going. But this is the first time I've thought about the fact that I'm going to get to see behind the scenes of how Shorty plays poker. Every hand revealed here. All right, guys, and it looks like we're getting started with a bomb pot. I didn't even need to use the soundboard, guys, to get some fun audio effects here, but looks like the computer is catching up to itself, so I think it's probably going to sort itself out here in just a second once it gets caught up. But we're getting a little fast forward through our first couple of hands. Hope you're enjoying that. Maybe we're inventing a new stream dynamic here where you just watch the entire thing on fast forward. You can make it through a whole stream in like 30 minutes. Napalm says that was a fast bomb pot. Dude, that was the fastest bomb pot in history times like 100. My one complaint with bomb pots is that they take forever. It was in fast motion, but I think we are back, Miss Mary. And we pick up in the middle of the pot here between Poison and Madi. Looks like Madi went ahead and extended her full name out on the graphics tonight. Madachu, I guess it would be. Sorry, my accent is very, very poor. Have you guys ever been in a situation like that where your accent is so poor that you're like embarrassed to say the person's real name? And there's our chip counts, guys. This is a $200 max buy-in game. And it looks like all of the ladies bought in for $200, except for maybe Miss Valerie there. And there's Mikey coming around, making sure everybody's chip stacks are accounted for. Bangs the table and the chip stack goes down.
only cost me $10. No, baby. You gotta pass it around. I just do it. You know who's driving the baby. Oh, you're 16. Oh, 16?
All right, guys, I guess they're having a couple of technical issues. Waiting for things to get rolling here. Promise you there's a lot of hard work going on behind the scenes. And while we're waiting, I think I'm going to work my way through a few of these new toys that I have on our audio mixer. So we heard our intro music, guys. That was cool, huh? Adds a totally new dynamic there, having a control over added audio effects like that. And we have cards in the air, and we have graphics. And we are ready to rock. And as you know, guys, it is going to be a high VPIP kind of night. Typically, the average VPIP in these games is about, I'm going to say around 70%. Probably between 65 and 70%. These ladies love to get after it. See a lot of flops. And we are playing 1-1, so we get a lot of $1 flops. 7, 8, 9 ways. Got multiple limpers here. And Dallas decides to bump it up on the button. No way she's expecting to get folds for a $3 raise, so I would call this like a pump it up play, where you're just trying to inflate the pot because you got position, and if you hit big with a hand like 5-4 suited, there's more money out there to be won. And she did flop a little bit of it. Get some action from Shorty. And interesting river card as Dallas makes her straight and Shorty snap calls with 2 pair. Perfect river card for Dallas to get maximum right there. And the first pot of the night is over $100, and it's going Dallas's way. And just like that, she takes a commanding chip lead over the rest of the table. It looks like Poison must have taken down that previous pot. All right, guys, and we're seeing our first introduction of how Shorty is going to change this game. This game is normally extremely loose and passive, a lot of limping, a lot of friendly raises like we just saw from Dallas in that previous hand, the 5-4 suited, and now we see Shorty changing the dynamic, coming in with a $20 open on the button over a couple of limps with ace-7 offsuit. And I think that prediction that she was going to have the highest pre-flop raise percentage is a lock. We're only on hand 5 here, but if she's going to be doing that, then I think we're going to be seeing a different kind of game tonight. It checks around to her. And unfortunately for Madi, she also has an... Wow, and she just snap folds the 8 on the flop. Wow, great fold from Madi there. I guess she just read the 20 is so strong that she thought unless she gets hearts or unless Shorty checks on the flop, she's just going to be willing to part with a pair of aces, and Shorty takes it down. If she could see her opponent's cards, I know she'd be pretty disappointed that she didn't get at least one more bet out of them there. But good fold from Madi. Okay, and Shorty definitely going to be mixing it up, I guess, as she picks up the ace-8 suited this time. A similar situation. And instead of raising and attacking the blind, she just decides to limp this time. And it's going to be Madi getting one back. As she turns trips here. And Coca-Cola, our fearless leader, Nicole, gonna put 5 of her precious chips in harm's way. And Madi just goes real small on the river, and this is more of what we expect to see in this game. Kind of friendly, smaller bet sizes that get more action. It's not like those are always bad. A lot of times you get a lot more action with a smaller bet size, and that kind of compensates for the fact that if you had a bet bigger, you might have gotten called some percentage of the time for more money, but maybe it's not enough of a percentage to compensate. So seeing Madi come with that smaller size just kind of reminds me of the previous weeks where we see a lot of that all around the table. It makes me wonder, are we going to see a lot more big pots tonight that are heads up in three-way situations like you might see in David's game on Monday nights when they play uncapped? Because normally you have a tale of two cities here between our 2 live stream games on Monday and Thursday. And yep, here we go. Shorty raising it up to $10 in the hijack with the 10-9 offsuit. Get some action from the Coca-Cola. And just as predicted, we get a heads-up pot. Shorty flops the best of it, and she's going to c-bet small. I thought Nicole might decide to float there, but she folds quickly.
Yeah, I think Nicole only interest in this game for the next 5 minutes is to hit the spades for the flush rush.
Oh, she's got 3 on the flush
She
rush?
got 3 on the board already.
Oh, nice. Guys, if you're not aware, we do run a promotion here called the Flush Rush, and if you get 4 suited flushes in a day, the 4 different suits, I should say, then you trigger the jackpot, which right now is at $2,800. And at this time of the recording, Nicole had, I guess, about 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
To try and get it, and no spoilers because I actually have no idea if it ended up happening or not. She needed spades, you said?
Yeah, spades.
Okay, so that'll be a sweat here for the next few hands to see if Nicole picks up any spades. That'd be a fun thing to see on the stream. And we actually run that promotion Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So lots of chances to win there. And if you make it to 3 flushes, you actually have the option to cash out for $100 cash, 10 hours of playtime, and a free hoodie. And we've had a lot of people take the cash out. But we also have quite a few people go for it and try and hit the jackpot. And we've had 1 big winner. That won $3,400 last month, actually. Real big winner. And we pick up the action here. $40 in the middle. And it's Tessa making 2 pair on the river. And there's $40 in the middle. Let's see what she chooses to come with. 15. Nice meaty value bet. Should get called by a lot of hands here. Let's see if she gets called by a 9. That would be a good indicator, actually, about this sizing. Does it get called by a 9? No. At least not a 9 with a deuce. It does get called by a jack. Another good indicator. And if she chooses to watch this stream back, actually, that gives you a lot of information right there when you make that kind of third pot value bet with 2 pair, because you're kind of choosing between, do I want to go for a larger sizing that targets a queen, or do I want to go for a smaller sizing that's going to target more hands like a jack or a 9? And right there, she got to see that a 9 folded and a jack called. So you could theoretically even sneak down to like a $10 sizing to potentially get called by a jack and a 9. Or you could choose to bump your sizing up, and there'd probably be a pretty significant gap between that like $15 to $20 range, and then you could size up to maybe 40 to 45, like the full size of the pot, to get called by a queen, especially when it checks around on the turn. I like her sizing though. Checks around on the turn, kind of discounts a queen from your opponent's hands, and makes it more likely that they are holding a smaller pair. So nice play from Tessa right there. And it worked out perfect for her. Now here's Shorty back at it again. This time she's got a pretty good hand. Queen 9 suited. She just bumps it to 5, kind of playing pump it up poker this time, and we're already seeing her change speeds a lot. We've seen the big sizing with the ace-7 offsuit. We've seen the medium sizing. I believe it was a 10-9 offsuit. We saw her limp with ace-8 suited, and now we're seeing her come with the $5 pump it up play with the queen 9 suited. Nice, Napalm. That's what I'm talking about, buddy. Get the jokes rolling. Can't talk about girl sizes. That's good. I actually feel like I could use that for a meme or something. I'm going to write that down. It's a good idea.
Nice joke, Napalm. It's ours now.
Limps around to Tessa, who's going to make an aggressive action here. Raise to 12 with the suited ace. Dallas flats from the small blind. It looks like Shorty won the splash pot there. You can see that interesting shaped packaging. I mean, they're just pop rocks, guys. Big flop for Dallas. 2 overs. King high flush draw. Backdoor straight draw to boot. Bottom pair for Coca-Cola, who actually leads out for 30. I was about to say, let's see if she can make it to showdown. Looks like she's kind of turning her hand into a bit of a bluff here. A little bit of a mergey bet. You might get somebody off of a pair of 6s. Or maybe even a weak 8 here with a sizing like 30 into 50. But you also might get some action from some hands that have an ace, that have a 7 in them. Or 2 clubs. And just like that, Dallas going to call with 2 clubs. And Coca-Cola, successful merge bet, gets value. Unfortunate for her that she sees a club come on the turn. And it looks like she's decided she's just going to rep it all the way down.
Unlucky timing.
Dallas calls, of course. Could have ripped it, I guess, but definitely continuing.
Wait, she did.
Wow, and then
wow.
Coca-Cola just goes for it. Decided she was going to rep strong.
Wow, this is probably the first time I've ever seen the call bluff.
Really?
Yeah.
Very, very strong line as well when you lead into a multi-way pot like that. And she just decided she was going to rep strong. And, I mean, the line makes sense. but you're not going to get Dallas off of the king high flush.
I've played with her for like 4 months, and this is the first time I've ever seen her bluff.
Maybe she was just doing that for advertising.
Probably.
It's like double advertising for the room and for her personally, so she can get more
Yeah.
action.
Yeah.
That's Nicole thinking 5 steps ahead. You guys weren't even ready for that.
I want to go give her a high five.
Scott says the ladies are looking amazing as usual. I'm sure they would appreciate that, Scott. Maybe I'll go out there and tell them you said so. Shoot your shot, bro. Napalm, you haven't seen her tell John she loves him. Lol, JK. I'm not even sure exactly what that means, but I don't remember like what that was in reference to, but I think I'm just going to leave it alone. Dallas will never fold a flush. Yeah, probably not. It's hard to make a flush in 2-card poker, so after you make one, the prospect of folding it feels pretty foreign. I hear you, Federal. It'd be interesting to see if she had just had... I mean, maybe she could have a hand like a 7, like ace 7 with the ace of clubs or something like that. Oh, wait. Nicole would be good then. She could just check with a 5. Well, I'm sure there's some hands out there that would have called twice and would still fold on the river, but yeah, king high flush, not going to happen. Oh, I see, Napalm. Gotcha. To my knowledge, these 2 lovebirds are happy as meadowlarks. Is that the phrase? Happy as something. Wow, crafty play right here. Look like Dallas led on the flop, and Shorty raises the second pair. Man, we are really getting a look under the hood here. Dallas calls. Pretty sick float, reading Shorty as weak. Calls out of position. And then turn. Very favorable. And then it looks like it was check, bet 40, and then rip it maybe? My goodness, guys. These ladies are getting out of line. We're seeing some gunslinger poker early on the stream tonight. We're only 12 hands in, and I feel like we've already had about 5 hands that are worth clipping. Check out the VPIP as predicted. Shorty up over 80%. No one else even over 70. Miss Mary shouting out Dallas. Yes, ma'am. She's up to almost $600 in that stack to get things going here. She's already won a couple of big ones. Shorty bumping it up to 15 again here. Poison just going to flat. And coin flip on the flop. Open ender versus the ace high. 15 from Shorty. Poison going to hang around. Kind of feel inclined to after you just flat. Turns a brick and that's all she could hang on for. Cards go into the muck, and Shorty gets a little rebound. Appreciate the feedback, Napalm. Mikey over here trying to get it fixed right now.
I just fixed it, but probably it's not going to come into effect for the next 10 minutes. But it should be good in 10 minutes.
Now we see Shorty coming in with a $10 open with the Jack 4 up. I'm not sure if she's doing it for the memes or if this would be a normal part of her strategy if she had like Jack 3 off or something. Very, very active so far. Kind of inspiring, honestly. Not going to work out this time as Matachu. And Matachu actually just brought us the next card in that they're going to read out to the table. I'm not even sure if we should read it on the air, but
Is this PG-13?
I'm not sure.
What was our stream settings? Did we hit the not for children box or?
Didn't ask on this one specifically, but I think it's always checked if you. When you upload a video, it asks you that, but I don't think when you start a live stream, it asks.
No, this content is not for children.
I haven't read it yet. I'm going to read it when I see you guys doing it. Yeah. I can remember, though.
Probably gonna do it right now because Shorty and them are leaving.
Okay. Cool. Uh-oh. Sounds like we maybe only have a few minutes with Shorty. They are going to be reading the spill card here in just a second, and we'll see it in about 10 minutes. And actually, when we see it go down, I will go ahead and reveal to you guys what it actually says. We appreciate the heads up, Napalm, but of course, just trying to keep it as family friendly as reasonably possible. And look at that, guys. Wow, who made the prediction earlier that Shorty was going to have the highest pre-flop raise percentage? That is quite the impressive gap right there. Second place, 13%. And Shorty up over 60. That is fun. That makes me feel like I should go out there and try that just to like get into weird spots and try and work through them.
I don't think you can talk about their gap either.
No talking about sizes and no talking about gaps. Thank you, Scott. Everybody hit the like button and the subscribe button while you're at it. And we got a limp pot here. Shorty giving him a breather for just a second. Valerie flopping the flush draw. And a gut shot. It is Madi leading out for $1 into the field. Picking up a few callers. It's actually Tessa who's got the best of it right now, I believe. Well, interestingly enough, look at that. When the equity is like shared between all of these other players, the flush draw and the gut shot becomes so strong. She's actually got that 50% equity, so the best hand has less than half of the equity of the draw. That's, I know I'm kind of a nerd, but very, very interesting there. And it was Valerie raising. Madi going to see one more, and Tessa comes along as well.
I don't know what would the equity look like if Shorty has Ace of Diamonds instead of the King of Hearts. I don't know. What would the numbers look like?
If Shorty had
Ace 5 of Diamonds, yeah.
2 diamonds,
Yeah.
Valerie's, it feels like, would be then down around maybe 12% or something. 13. Friendly $10 bet on the turn goes in. Tessa kind of protecting her hand at that point, but man, disastrous river here. $60 in the middle. And Valerie going to check out of position. Is Tessa going to bite? Wait, I'm not sure what happened there. Because I'm pretty sure Valerie folded. So either the graphics were off or Valerie misread her hand. Because our board said that she had the nuts right there. And it looked like based on the action on the table, she check folded. I'm wondering if it's possible if their 2 hands were switched, because that would make the action make a lot of sense. Poison going to wake up with 9s in the cutoff. Raise it to 10. I like that play. Typically in this game, open raise might be a little smaller than that, but Shorty's been changing the dynamic of that. So once you have one player that's opening to a lot of larger sizings, it kind of gets the table all loosened up, and then you can start swooping in with some larger sizings yourself. And it looks like Valerie's just going to rip her last $26 here. I mean, it seems like the graphic is right there in terms of her actually having $26. So I'm wondering if she misread her hand possibly and just folded the nuts on the river there. She very well might have just been looking for the flush and then not even realized that she had the gutter come in. I've seen that happen a lot of times in the past. And ace on the flop. She's going to outflop Poison. Get a nice little double up, back over $50 here. Let's see if we can hit a sound effect here, guys. Let's see. All right, that's a pretty good one. Maybe that's a little excessive for the $50 pot, but I mean, hey, a double up's a double up. And here we go, guys. Our first splash pot, our first real splash pot of the night. We gave away some candy earlier. But if I can read that correctly, I'm pretty sure it says a Versa bullet in T-sleeve. I'm not even 100% sure what that means, guys. Maybe I'm naive. I have heard of a bullet. Those other words are a little foreign to me. Maybe someone can help me out in the chat. No Googling, no chat GPT. Actually, what would be really funny is if you guys write in wrong answers only. What is that thing? I'll bust out the air horn again for the best answer. It looks like we're going to have 3 ladies taking a flop here to compete for this toy, and it may be trouble for Coca-Cola. She's deep with Dallas. They got over $300. And they both flop top pair with a splash pot in the mix. I wonder if this is going to get ugly. It's 20 on the flop from Nakoka. Check on the turn. Friendly. I was wondering if we might see 3 streets of betting here, but it's just going to be 2 streets. $20 on the river. And Dallas going to snap call, show the top pair, and win herself some goodies. Looks like she won some goodies earlier as well. And there's Mikey coming in with the correction on the focus, so hopefully that'll get better here. And Dallas up over $600 in the stack here. My goodness. Miss Mary, there's that overhead shot, and you can see no one in the 1 seat or the 2 seat. And Tessa having a good laugh for herself there. This is what we do here, boys. We have ourselves a good time. Congratulations to Dallas there, and it looks like spill cards are coming out. And I know our table audio is a little glitchy here tonight. We are working on getting that super clear for y'all. We thought it was going to go tonight, but having a little bit of a technical issue. We're going to get that thing fixed so we can hear these ladies read out the cards themselves. But here comes Madi to show me the card, and I can now... Well, you know what? I'm going to wait until she goes back out there and reads it. Let's see if we can get some live reaction. No spoilers. Miss Mary says that thing is to clean your ears. It's funny. I was actually watching a stand-up comedian last night doing a bit about how Q-tips on the package, they never mention that they're for cleaning your ears, and he was speculating that it's because someone poked their brain and got and decided to sue the Q-tip company. So now they say there's for all these other uses when they know in reality we're all at home cleaning our ears with them. So very funny you bring that up. And over our graphic there, you can see Tessa dancing with that thing on her head. I don't think it's a hat, though. Oh, Miss Mary, I promise you air horns. Boom, there we go. Kind of want to go through some of these other things while we're waiting for the graphics to catch up here. Let's see, we have our opening intro music. Yeah, I like that. I can fade it down. Cool. Have to practice with that. Get a few limpers here. And looks like there's Madi reading the card. And the question was, what is something that you might do in the bedroom that would not be considered vanilla? And I have a feeling we might have just seen some funny answers come flying out. Shout out to all of our ladies for being such good sports to come on the live stream for our entertainment. Both expose their personal life a little bit and their poker chops. A little bit nerve-wracking to let everyone behind the scenes of how you think about a poker hand and how you decide to bet your money. Good turn for Tessa here. She flopped the gutter. Now turns a flush draw to go with it, but Valerie actually turns trips. So I'm sure we're going to see these two ladies take a river card. River brings in the front door flush. Could be an option here for Tessa to use that as an opportunity to make a play at it, but She decides to check and give up. Very reasonable. And I'm not sure what happened to Dallas's chip count here. We're going to have to get a look at her stack. RIP Dallas's chip stack. Dang it. I was trying to roll into my next audio try. RIP Dallas's chip stack. Okay, I'm rusty, guys. I'm rusty. It's going to take a few reps. We had a little bit of fun when I was doing commentary a few years ago where we had a couple of sound effects, but JT brought in this mixer that has a whole bunch of fun stuff. I'm like a little bit nervous to try the voice changing functions, but I can tell you that after I practice with them just a little bit, that's going to be a ton of fun as well, because I was messing around with it before we got started here. Maybe we'll whip it out. Oh, that's probably something else you can't say at ladies' night, huh?
Whipping it out?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Whip out the voice changing functions. And maybe we'll do like a consciousness bit or something. That could be fun. I saw Josh doing that on the Monday stream. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Didn't Dallas have a big stack here? And it looks like it's gone for some reason. I'm not exactly sure what happened.
I probably know what happened. So earlier, remember the hand that we thought Nicole bluff into Dallas having a king high flush?
Yep.
So I went out there and it's a nice bluff, Nicole, and she's like, "Oh, well, that was a bluff. I had a boat." She had pocket fives that hand. So Nicole actually won that hand.
I see. Okay.
Remember, folks, the hand where Nicole had, I think it was 5 of diamonds and 3 of hearts, and then Dallas had king 10 of clubs. Nicole actually had pocket fives there, and cooler Dallas.
Yeah. Well, that makes a lot more sense about Nicole ripping her stack in there.
Yeah, I stand corrected. Like, I've never seen her bluff for the past 4 months that I played with her.
Oh, yeah, we got to hit Nicole with the... Nice, Nicole. For the cooler. That's some applause. So we thought we were going to lose Shorty. I'm not sure. She's still hanging around right now. Maybe she started having a good time. Got a couple of drinks. I saw Madi's famous cup earlier. The thing is iconic. And Dallas going to be raising it up here with the ace-jack offsuit. And we see her come with that smaller sizing. Just encourages a lot of action.
They sailed away on Nicole's boat. That was good. That was a good one.
Nice, Miss Mary. No queens and no fives amongst our 5 players here. But nice looking turn card for Dallas. She was the pre-flop raiser, and now she turns a jack with the ace kicker. Got a commanding lead here. Madi does pick up a flush draw. Three days straight napalm, is that real? That gives me even more respect for her. She's Kind of funny too, because I feel like that statement in some people's minds would make you like totally lose respect for the person, and in other people's minds it would give you like unlimited aura towards that person. You just stay up for 3 days playing. Because I know what it feels like to try and stretch a session out. I think my max is probably around 36 hours. Played a session at WinStar about 10 years ago. That was 36 hours, and I've played quite a few that were around the 24 to 30 hour mark. But I can't even imagine going 36 hours and then thinking about doubling that. And the second half of it is like way tougher than the first half. I do know people who have done it though. Oh. Okay, next card just arrived. Oh my goodness.
What is that?
Next card that's going to get read out here in about 8 minutes, it sounds like.
Something about egg position.
My girlfriend's in the mix. I'm curious how much she's spilling on live stream about herself. These poor girls, you get them in this game, they're gambling and drinking, and then all of a sudden you start asking them to spill their secrets on live stream. That's fun. Shorty with the pocket deuces up against an open ender. That makes full house on the river. I was wondering if Dallas took a stab, how sticky Shorty would be. Oh, she does. A big stab. A nearly pot-sized stab, 20 into 23. And Shorty makes a tight fold. Dallas shows her the 8 high. Hard to get Shorty off of a hand. She's playing 60% pre-flop raise, 80% VPIP, and then you come in with a pot-sized bluff on the river and get her off of a pair. I mean, sure, it was the smallest pair, but pretty impressive right there. Nice bet from Dallas. Also read the situation correctly, because if she thought Shorty had like nothing, just 10 high or something, then you could just bet a little smaller than the full pot, but I bet she needed to go that entire $20 bet to get Shorty off of any pair. There was 3 9s on the board, and you know that makes it not only a little tougher for your opponents to connect with the board, but also in your mind kind of plays with your emotions a little bit, because now you've got a full house. Do you really want to fold a full house? So I'm pretty sure Dallas needed all of that $20 bet right there. Nice play from her. Nice play. Hit her with that applause. It's going to be Poison bumping it up this time over multiple limpers, and she too goes for the pump it up play. Hard to blame her. I think in this game, if you wanted to get the ISO over, I think it was 4 limpers, you're probably going to need to go to about $20. And it still might not work. And then you just end up in an enormous bloated pot. So I kind of like the decision to just go for these small sizes, get multiple colors out there, and play a big pot with a lot of players where you're trying to hit the board hard, instead of a big pot with a small number of players where you don't need to hit the board hard. Ends up not working out though, as Dallas just flats the button behind her with the ace-queen, and now both ladies have flopped top pair. Poison out kicked, but might feel pretty confident in this spot. Check, check. Poison bets 15. Dallas calls, Shorty calls. She has an open ender and now turns a flush draw to go with it. Rips it right in there. Says she's all in for 10. We can see she's all in for about 42. And hard to blame Poison for snap calling this. Shorty has obviously been shown to be capable of just about anything. And I'm sure Dallas in there as well. This pot's ballooning. It's a 5 on the river. Shorty makes a pair, but it's not going to be good. And I'm pretty sure it went check, check. And Dallas gonna win a nice recovery pot there. That always feels good after you lose a big one in a cooler spot. To bounce back like that. Isn't it odd when you're playing poker, like how quickly your hope can rise and fall with each individual pot? It'll feel like you've lost so many in a row that all of a sudden it feels nearly impossible. It's like every card that comes out is just going to cost me more money. And then next thing you know, you win a couple and all of a sudden you feel this sense of optimism fill you up. I know that really happens in tournaments where you'll be short stack and then you get one nice double. And, you know, when you had 7 blinds, you thought, oh, man, I'm basically out of this thing. And, of course, you're trying to coach yourself out of it, but your ego's in there screaming at you like, don't get your hopes up. This isn't going to happen. And then you get one double, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, maybe it's going to happen. We'll see. One more double, and you're like, I'm going to win this thing. Looks like they are reading out the cards there, and that card says if you had to pick just one position, and we're not talking about basketball positions, use your imagination, and you had to just pick one for the rest of your life, what would it be? Multiple limps. Looks like somebody raised, as it says, Shorty 3 bets to 15. Got a dangerous situation for Shorty here. Top pair against top pair. This can be one of the downfalls of playing a lot of hands, is that when you actually get something, you kind of feel like you got a really good hand when you actually have kind of a mediocre hand versus the action you're facing. But because you've been in so many spots, it feels like, oh, dang, I got top pair. This is a good hand. And it might be kind of hard to get away from a spot like this where you're out-kicked. She does have a lot of chop outs here. That's where most of her 32% of equity is coming from. Any ace, king, queen, or 3 right now. would give her a chop. A 7 would give her the lead. There's Shorty leading the action here. Could be a little nerve-wracking, but no, Madi's in there. Hard to fold top pair, especially on the flop. But now there's 160 in the middle, and Shorty only with 125. Actually, Madi with even less, excuse me. She's got 80, so it goes in here on the turn. And turns a brick, rivers a brick. And Madi gets a nice double up, $160 pot there. That feels good.
Air horn.
Air horns. Totally. I need to get in habit that every time there's a double up, I'm straight to the air horns. We also have crickets. We got chimes. Okay, nice. I like that one. That one's going to find a place in the arsenal. A record scratch. So we could go like music. And then record scratch. I guess you have to hit it at the same time. Cool. That one's called a rim shot. I'm not sure if I feel comfortable saying that.
Yeah.
Makes me think of other stuff. Perfect time for it. Or maybe that was a... Yeah, I'm not sure. You guys can let me know in the chat. I guess when I land a good one, I'll hit here. When I land a bad one, I'll hit here. Fuck. Is that what you mean, Jeff? We can load new ones. This is just the first time I've been introduced to this. And I think these that I just played for you are all kind of like default that come on the equipment. And then JT was telling me that we can go through and load up some more stuff. So I am going to look for some meme type sounds.
Yeah, get the spinning cat.
The spinning cat? Is that
Yeah.
a sound? It's a sound or a GIF? What do you mean?
Both.
Oh, okay. Not familiar with that. You have to show me.
It's the ooh-ee-ah cat.
Okay. The ooh-yeah cat.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Here, you want to... Oh, yeah. The sound effects don't work on your mic. I was going to let you do it like in a... The ooh-yeah cat. Oh, yeah, that's going to be fun. All right, let me get back to this action for you guys. Sorry about that. As Shorty decides just to rip it in for her last 45 bucks. And Poison with 7. She's going to give her action here. We're going to see a $95 pot. Shorty looking for the double up. Giving me my first chance to hit the air horns on command. She's got an open ender. It bricks off, and we're going 2 boards. And it's going to be a chop pot, barring a 7. No 7 arrives, and we're chopping that one up. So, I mean, how about like a crickets on that? I think that makes sense, right? Gonna have to like experiment with each of these voice functions and see if they have...
Let's see if we can find some scenarios to use something like this.
Or something like this.
I think probably the best one is gonna be, let's see, I think he labeled it conscience.
All right, let me think here for a second.
Shorty's been raising a lot lately.
Surely she doesn't have it this time, right? I think I'm just gonna rip it in and see what happens.
Jeff wondering, how is Dallas up $495? I think we had a mix-up on the graphics where there was a cooler situation and it looked like she won, but in actuality she got coolered. She did have a bounce back hand, but I'm pretty sure she's sitting on about 300. They're actually correcting it right now, guys. Tessa and Poison both making 2 pair here on the turn. And actually all of the kings were in play, but the king deuce successfully navigates their way out of there. And scary river card, there's a flush and a straight on the board. So it goes check, check, and they're going to chop it up, and I'm not sure what all the excitement was about there. A lot of cheering and hugging. And looks like it says that she's got a 370 stack, and it looks like she's actually got about 315, 316 there. So it's kind of close, but probably still good to get a quick count so we can get everybody accurate in the system. Obviously makes a big difference, and I mean, even if you have like a $30 difference, that could matter a lot when we're talking about whether someone wants to call an all in or vice versa. You like the booth, the voices, Miss Mary? Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. Just gonna have to practice a little bit for the times when you want to use it. Shorty ripping it again here. She's got a real hand this time, but Matachu with a real hand as well. Probably gonna see an all in. And Madi gonna call. And we're heads up. Cards on their backs. Get your minds out of the gutter. Cards are the only thing on their backs at Ladies' Night. And it looks like they just rip it this time. Shorty gonna take it down. Nice little recovery for her there. Back up to a $100 stack. And with the way she plays, it can spin fast, you know. You got 50, you're all in, just quick hitter, up to 100. The next thing you know, you're in a big 3-way all in or something for your 100, and you're the chip leader. It can happen fast. My goodness, I saw Kyle today. The boys we were playing, we started out playing 1-1 PLO, and then eventually arrived at a dealer's choice game where it was literal dealer's choice. And I saw Kyle actually, it was originally a $300 cap, and he bought in for the 300. And he spun that thing up. First, he went and colored down to a bunch of white chips because the boys were all having fun. There was 3 or 4 of them on the table that were colored down to about $200 in white chips. And he ended up spinning it up, winning every hand for like an hour. Stacked me once. Stacked me last night, too. I'll tell that hand in a minute. That thing was gnarly. And, yeah, he ends up spinning this thing up. You need to go onto Facebook and check it out. I'm pretty sure that it got posted as an actual post. And it's one of the craziest stacks that I've ever seen in a card room. And it is made from a lot of white chips, but when you see that it's a 300 cap game and that he just started with the white chips and then added all the red chips throughout the course of the entire game, I mean, it's pretty wild. Got a bunch of people coming over trying to take pictures of it. Valerie gonna turn trips here. Madi doesn't have much going, just king high, but wow, she gives her the go ahead. She says, I'm gonna call so you can double up, okay? And oh goodness, it looked like our board originally. Okay, it's 2 9s on the board, not 2 5s. So Actually, just a pair of 5s there for Valerie. So Madi was trying to do her a favor, but ends up stacking her instead. And we got to get a for that one. R.I.P. Valerie Stack. Ouchie. Man, and I thought she had Madi drawing dead, but instead it was actually that she was live, and then she hit her king, and just like that, a favor turns into a death wish. All right, so I got me a drink here so I can join in with the ladies. And there's Tessa actually back to the table. We only got one wrong answer on the Versa bullet and T-sleeve. Love to see some more wrong answers. I would have thought Napalm would have me all day on that. Looks like Jerry is joining us here. Got the bright blue fingernails matching the sweater. Pretty big pot here, but whiffs for everyone. And Coca-Cola gonna turn an open-ender. Jerry with a gutter. Jerry actually gonna lead out here. Get called for $10, and then now tries to bluff again on the river. She doesn't need to. She actually had the best hand. But bluff works. Nicole out of there. And Jerry sits down and takes down her very first pot. And I can hear the ladies having a good time out on the floor. It sounds like someone else just arrived. And Coca-Cola going to bump it up to $10 from the small blind here. I don't think that's going to be enough to get all these players out of there. Matachu calls right to her left. And looks like Tessa hung around as well with the ace-5 offsuit. Madi. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on with the graphics here. Looks like Madi is actually out of the hand. She would have flopped trips. Instead, it's going to be Nicole. Betting 20 on the flop and the turn. And Tessa with a 5. Feeling a little bit sticky, counting out 20. Assessing her chances here. And a good fold. Could definitely feel a little inclined to get sticky there with the overcard coming. Kind of wondering, what's my opponent trying to say here? They're trying to say they got trips? Pretty hard to make trips in 2-card poker. Yeah, massage coming in for Nicole here. Always nice whenever you're getting a massage at the poker table and then you win a pot that covers the whole thing. Napalm saying DC games are the best. Yeah, dude, we were literally playing pick your own game, just making up stuff as you go. Played a lot of 6-card Omaha, some Congress, played some bomb pots, single board, game of regret Omaha. So everybody gets 6 cards face down and you're going to play Omaha, but you discard one of your cards after the flop and after the turn action. So by the river, you only have a 4-card Omaha hand and play normal Omaha. And we played it as a bomb pot, but there's only one board. So essentially just an ante and go straight to the flop with all players in. And we were playing 6-handed, so it's pretty reasonable. A lot of fun. Played a little bit of a game of regret, just normal style as well. And then I actually tried one where I said I wanted to play Omaha with a draw. And I know they have Drawmaha, but so it's a little bit different where we were going to play like normal 4-card Omaha, but after the flop action and turn action, you are required to discard and then draw 1 new card to your hand. And I actually picked that game and then didn't explain it quite clearly enough, and people ended up thinking that we were going to end up with 6 cards instead of actually trading out one of our cards, but it was a micro pot, so no big deal. But yeah, we tried that one out as well. And Mary's saying she loves Texoma. And Napalm suggesting Oma Jack. Yep, that's a good one as well. I've played a fair amount of mixed games, so I think I've tried most of them at least once. We were playing some Texoma today, actually, Miss Mary. Jerry with a very cool card protector there, the blue queen. Matching her color scheme and maybe dropping some subtle in-boss vibes. And then coming in and taking down the first pot with a bluff as well. See if that's going to be a theme throughout the night. Nice, yeah, I know Sam as well. Drawmaha games are fun. There's a lot of different variations of Drawmaha. Dramadoogie, Drawmaha numbers, 49, 0, 21. Drama high, drama low. I'm honestly not 100% sure which one I like the best. Drama deuce as well. I guess drama high is kind of It's like the one that's the most unique from the others because, you know, it's intuitive to try to make a high hand in your hand and make a high hand out on the board. But, you know, the other ones are like very tricky trying to figure out about drawing to a deuce hand or drawing to a low hand, or especially drawing to a doogie hand while also trying to compete out on the board. Put you in a lot of awkward situations, and I know that Dramaha traditionally was played as a limit game, which, I don't know, it depends on your own personal vibe which one you think is more fun. Because when you play it as a limit game, you get to see a lot of cheap flops, cheap turns, and cheap drawing. Whenever you play it as a pot limit game, it becomes very tricky on flop situations where you're deciding if you want to call a flop pot-sized bet so that you can see the turn card and get to draw to your own hand. Because you could have like a lot of good drawing hands. Let's say you're playing deuce and you have like a 1-card draw to an 8-6, and you end up in a situation where you're now facing like a $150 bet on the flop to try and draw 1 card to make a deuce hand, and you have like a weak 2-pair on the board or something. You know, that just puts you like in a ton of really awkward situations. It made me uncomfortable trying to play it, I'm going to be honest. Let's get back to this pot here that's ballooning up a little bit. There's $100 in the middle. And it looked like Poison got away from ace-10 on the turn there for $20. Good fold from her. And Jerry actually going to make 2-pair to beat Dallas's 10. And Jerry coming in, making some things happen. And I believe we're also getting introduced to a couple of new players here. And speaking of the devil, earlier we were talking about toothbrushes in the bathroom. Miss Mary throwing out the idea to have like a concierge service. Gosh, a lot happening here. Shorty in the mix with the Coors Light. Hope the mountains are blue. Opening up her Pop Rocks and eating them on stream. New players arriving. Pop Rocks into the beer. Wow, okay, I don't think I've seen that one before. The Snap put Pop Rocks in the beer and then drink it while it fizzes up. Okay. Wow, there we go. Okay, guys, it is getting wild. And I can confirm the mountains are blue there, guys. Air horns for the Blue Mountains. Air horns for the creativity on the Pop Rocks into the beer. Air horns for our new arrivals. Air horns for the chat. How's the chat doing tonight, guys? Glad y'all are here with us. Miss Mary and Napalm holding it down for us tonight. Appreciate you guys going back and forth here. Everybody out there, hit the like and subscribe buttons for us. I'm going to go check and see how we're doing on that. All right, I see 4 likes. Come on, we can do better than that, guys. A lot of work going into the stream here. You guys can pay us back for it. A lot of man hours, a lot of money. I mean, it's very expensive just to even have the software to run one of these things. Then on top of that, you got to pay for the table and all the equipment and everything. And all you guys have to do to get all of this for free is just click one little button. And we definitely appreciate it. And we, of course, appreciate you being here with us tonight. This is the PH Social Live Thursday night, ladies' night with Madi. And that is her sucking on that ring pop. That's Mary keeping an eye on her girls. Nice, I see the like button going up. On a Tuesday. Is that how that goes? Remember, guys, we got ladies' night every Thursday. We also have David's No Cap Mondays. every single Monday night starting around 8 p.m. And they play 5-5 with a $10 to $25 straddle. So they're playing some big boy poker, and it is always a good game. I know David is constantly seeking to deepen that player pool. Action players, one after the other. VPIP's all up over 30s, 40s, 50%. Little 9-way limp pot here. This kind of gives us a little throwback vibes from the previous weeks. This week has been a little more aggressive with Shorty in the mix. And now Jerry in the mix also, bringing some aggression early. And a little flop bet thins the field to 6 players here on the turn. Oh, he's got a front door flush draw and a gutter. It's a good looking hand. Shorty got a mystery hand. But it's actually Valerie leading out into the field with a pair of 4s. And now Tessa thinking, oh, accidentally exposes an 8 there. Mary wanting to know what are Shorty's cards. Mystery didn't get scanned well. So we'll see if it plays out and we get to see what she has here. She's thinking about whether she wants to call for 10. And it looks like she's going to lay it down, so probably not much going. And we're heads up. Valerie with a pair of 4s. And Lori just with the draw. So magically, Valerie ends up betting on the turn. Gets the best hand to fold and gets a worse hand to call. And check, check. Valerie going to show the pair of 4s, and that's good. Nice hand for her. Not quite worthy of the air horn, I don't think. Maybe we'll do air horn like over $150 pot in this game. So welcome Ari and Lori to the game. 3 new players joining us here just in the last few hands. And it looks like Shorty and Valerie decided to stick around. I know you guys appreciate that. Shorty always bringing the action. Looked like her name was Lori, Miss Mary. I'm not familiar with her myself. Looks like we're going to get another multi-way pot here. A lot of suited hands out there, and with Jerry just bumping it to 6 over multiple limpers. You know, that's going to create a lot of incentive for us to get a cascading effect. Expecting to see multiple callers. Not sure what's going on here. Got the crab pinchers out. Looks like they're working out some kind of side conversation before we carry on here. And as predicted, a lot of calls for the $6 raise. Two pair for Tessa. Always nice whenever you call a raise pre-flop. Go 7 ways to the flop and then flop top 2 pair. No hearts to be found either. And it's actually going to be Valerie leading out into the field with the queen. She's got $100 behind. Let's see if she can escape with any of it as Tessa just comes raised right off the bat. Valerie doesn't love it. She's got a hater kicker. Red bracelets are for drinking, Napalm. And Valerie talking to the dealer here. It looks like she's already got chips in her hand. And I believe that is a new delivery of Blue Mountains to Shorty. We'll see if she goes back to the candy strategy. No, not new, Nepal. Not sure what they're working out here. Valerie going to have to decide if she wants to put the rest of her stack in the middle probably before this hand is over. She's going to call for 20. There's 100 in the middle, and she's going to have 90 left. Oh, that is a card that could save her. But it looks like Tessa's going to bet again. Valerie snap calling for 15, and now on the river. Wait. Oh, Valerie maybe just let out for 15 here. And then Tessa snap rips it. Valerie still says she's got 75 bucks. Yeah, that looks about right. And with 75 behind, I mean, I know there's a lot in the middle, but your opponent's telling you they have Queen 4 beat here. Maybe, let's see if she feels pot committed. She's thinking about it. You can tell she doesn't love it. And she calls. And the river bricks off. Sometimes it's hard to get away from top pair when you feel like you've already got so many chips in the middle. Nobody running away from the pack tonight. We saw Dallas get off to an early lead, but then lost a big cooler back to Nicole with the king high flush against a flop set and a turn 2 pair, or excuse me, a turn full house. And since then, it's kind of been money passing back and forth across the table. Nobody really taking off with it. And Shorty actually with her Coors Light over her card sensor. Wondering if that could have something to do with why she had the mystery hand earlier. Shorty with bottom pair here. Dallas with middle pair. These are always fun battles to see who wants to take the aggression with these middling strength hands. And who's more sticky. And looks like Shorty didn't even look at her other card. So she got the reveal at the same time as the rest of the table. Although all of us here behind the scenes already knew what was up. There's another look at our chip counts. Nobody over 300. Pretty sure Tessa's in for 2, so I think she's up like $100. But I have a feeling we're still in store for some big swings over the next couple of hours here. Stream usually goes till about midnight, guys, so yep, nearly 2 hours left. Appreciate you all being with us tonight. I always love watching this stream. Always a good time, and you're almost certainly going to see some crazy antics. And especially with this new lineup tonight, having Shorty here. Kind of taking things to a whole nother level on the energy. Oh, she was playing entirely blind, Miss Mary. Okay, didn't even see that. Mahdi with the pocket jacks does get outflopped by Lori here. Shorty having a hard time getting her cards read. Yeah, for sure, Napalm, absolutely. I hope she comes back and plays every week. Can turn this game into really something. Need to put her on the thumbnail. Her and Mahdi right next to each other. Mahdi holding her famous cup. Oh my gosh, I absolutely need to do that. $45 in the middle. Miss Lori with the check mark here. And looks like they decided to check it down. Mahdi not even in the hand anymore there. Looks like it was Dallas actually going to showdown with her. And Lori, look at that, 100% VPIP so far. See how long she can keep that going. That's going to be something to sweat here over the next hour. See if she can keep it up over Shorty and Mahdi's. Multiple limps here, a lot of junky looking hands. Let's take a flop. Jerry got a flush draw. Poison with second pair. A couple of open enders out there to go with the open ender that Poison has with her second pair. Mahdi with a gutter. And it's going to be Jerry bumping it up, taking a little aggressive action here with the flush draw. A lot of calls, guys. We're going 6 ways to a turn, and it's a little bit dangerous. Poison makes 2 pair. Jerry makes a flush. Dallas and Lori make top pair, and Marty makes a king high straight and a king high flush draw. Very dynamic card here. Jerry gonna lead out for 50 after raising on the flop. Poison gonna call. 2 pair in pretty bad shape here. Marty with the king. She's thinking about making a tight fold right here. This would be very impressive. Yeah, and I'm disappointed, guys. We actually added a second microphone to the table out there, and we thought tonight was going to be a night where we were going to up the audio from the table a lot in terms of the quality and clarity, but we've been having problems with it. I'm disappointed about that, but I think by next week, JT's been working on this thing relentlessly, trying to get all of these little hiccups fixed. So I hope by next week we're going to have that second table mic going and they'll be working in sync with each other so we can actually hear what these ladies are saying, listen to them read those spicy spill cards, etc. I see Marty in pain here. I mean, she still has $200 behind, so even if you make the call, giving away quite a bit of information. But maybe in this game, not quite as important. Everybody's drinking and having a good time. But she's definitely thinking this one through. Got to take a sip from the special cup. I think this is the first time I've seen like a soda-colored liquid in there. Normally it's like a colorful drink. Not sure what they're drinking out there tonight. Christy came in here and brought me it's like an orange soda with vanilla vodka. Pretty interesting, kind of like an orange creamsicle cocktail. Marty deep in the tank here, guys. Hit her with some crickets. Boom, she does decide to call. And now the river brings us straight on the board, negating Marty's straight, which probably feels frustrating to her right now, but actually might save her some money as we see that Jerry has the goods. And Jerry gonna bet enough to cover both of these players, $155. It's exactly what Marty's got in her stack. Poison decides to call here, trying to chop the board. Maybe thinking that Jerry had a straight herself that just got counterfeited. So she's going to call. That allows Marty to easily get away from it. And Jerry going to get max value here. Poison gets stacked. Trombone for Poison stack. And air horn for Jerry, up over $500. I said we were going to have some big swings here coming up, and there we go, guys. We skyrocket through that $300 barrier, the $400 barrier, and up into the 500s. Nice pot right there for Jerry, who actually missed most of the stream. I think she just got here probably 30 to 45 minutes ago and has been off to a hot start. Napalm, poor Poison. Yeah, just maybe convinced herself that Jerry also had a straight and that they were chopping at that point. Wanted to see it. There's already a lot of money in the middle. Hard to blame her for being suspicious, especially because Miss Jerry has come out firing, making some aggressive plays. So wondering if that played into Poison's decision to make a light call there as well. limp pot here. It's going to check around to Dallas, who's going to lead out with the queen. Ari with the only other pair here. It's bottom pair. And she's going to decide to just let it go here. Dallas going to take down a small one. And I believe Shorty is actually grinding slots on her phone while she is playing the stream. Grinding slots. Are we allowed to say that on the ladies' night? I'm not sure. Dallas going to lead for 20 here. Aggressive play. Maddie's got an ace, though, so I don't think she's going anywhere for one bet. If Dallas wants to try and get her off of this, it's probably going to take at least 2 bets. But wow, okay. Maddie just lets it go. My goodness. Wow. Okay, aggressive action from Dallas. Gets the job done. Wonder if Maddie maybe feels a little bit snake bit after calling for 50 with her king high straight and then getting it counterfeited. Another odd thing about poker, how quickly your feelings about those things can change from hand to hand. Napalm saying that Shorty is a true degen. I think we already knew that. Pretty sure she is a DFW icon for that very reason. Weren't we suggesting earlier that she used to play for 3 days straight? Or I say used to, she might still do that for all I know. Right here, she's just going to rip it in. $70 over a limp. And Jerry with the mystery hand. Looks like she's in there. Looks like Shorty hit something on the slots there. Just saw some kind of pop up. We'll have to keep an eye out to see if she lands any bonus play. Wonder how much she's spinning for there. Show of hands, how many of you guys have fallen victim to the urge to play slot machines on your phone? I actually have a couple of buddies who have made a pretty good killing off of playing online slot machines and blackjack. Because some of these casinos, online casinos, will offer enormous bonuses if you play big on their site. And you can actually kind of shark the system where you can get enough bonus money that it covers the potential losses that you're going to have. Because you can play blackjack, and if you play perfect strategy, it's only a 0.5% edge for the house. So there will be these big bonuses that you can get where you'll deposit like $10,000 and they'll give you like a 5% bonus. And then you go play through the money and you have to only play through it one time. and then you can cash out. So they'll play through and only lose like a half of 1% and end up cashing out a bunch of profit, and you can do it over and over and over again. So I've actually seen a couple of people get pretty rich off of this. Pretty sweet little hack. Dang, 19K on an online slot hit. I bet that was fun. How much did you spend for? We actually have a couple of, well, I think there's 5 skill machines here, as we call them, because they offer some element of choice and skill. You can play some mini games to try and like recover some of your lost bet, or you have the option to, you know, choose different, choose left or right, choose up or down, choose a random gift, those kinds of things. They kind of randomize. They're randomized, but it's a choice/skill element, which makes them legal by state law. So when you see them by sight, you're going to think they look familiar, like something you might see in a casino. But yeah, they actually just have some tweaks to them that make them legal. And we've got 5 of them up here at the room. And I see people playing on them all the time. We've actually got one lady that about 2 weeks ago, she went on a run across 3 or 4 days where I think she hit for about $25,000 across, I'd say about 7 different hits. And I think the biggest one was like 15K or something. So yeah, these things definitely pay out, and pay out pretty well. I think the room has probably paid out more to the players than they've taken in at this point. We've only had them for 6 weeks or so, and there have been some really big hits. So not exactly sure how it's going, but yeah, it seems like it's going pretty well for the players. And I've seen a couple of other players as well hit for, I think we have one guy hit for about 6,000, and then the next day hit for 10,000. So yeah, they're playing pretty big up here. And the lady that I mentioned, you know, she does big spins. The guy, I think he was just doing maybe $3 or $5 spins or something, hit for like 10,000. So yeah, if you're interested in playing some machines but don't want to drive all the way to Oklahoma, then this is the place for you guys. Super comfortable, friendly environment to sit in here and play, and then hop in, play a little poker. We got a bunch of players that'll just be playing poker, and then, you know, maybe they just get bored or something. They'll just wander over there and just stick 20 bucks in the machine and just pop a few spins, then come on back and play poker again. I've also got a quarter machine now. It's one of those really fun ones where you put the quarters in the top, and then they've got the 2 different levels of trays that push the quarters down towards the prize tray. And some of those I've seen where it's like you get credits or whatever for pushing the quarters off. This is the good kind, where it actually pushes real quarters into the bin. And you can scoop them up and keep playing, or just collect them as profit. And goodness, Dallas ending up with overkill here. Nut flush plus. And Shorty just going to get away from 5 high. Looks like they're shuffling through some more drink or spill cards. Oh, it's sip or spill. That makes more sense. I didn't even see who sat down in seat 7, Napalm. Held a nice steady viewership tonight, guys. Appreciate y'all all being here. We're having fun watching some ladies' night poker action. Thought we were going to see a lot of really aggressive plays, but Shorty has not gotten a stack yet. So she has still been aggressive, a lot of raising, but it's been mostly shoving all in over the last hour or so, and she's probably just waiting for a couple in a row to hit. Kind of that mentality of like short buying tournaments, max late regging, and just firing several bullets in a row and trying to get one of them to catch. feel like she's kind of got that mentality right now where she's just firing, and just trying to win a couple of all-ins in a row, and then now you're off and running and you've got some bullets to play with. And wow. Shorty turns the ace, but queen on the river spells doom. And I believe that was Jerry scooping in another one, and here comes some more doll hairs for Shorty. All right, cheers to the ladies. Some good animation. Looks like they're having a good time out there. Is that twisted tea she's drinking there? That's a big can. I don't know how potent those things are. It kind of reminds me of the old days where you and a buddy would like split a 4 Locos and that was plenty to go around. I remember trying to choke down one of those things when I was in college. Looks like they're playing their sip or spill cards and their poker hand at the same time. Three ways to the flop, and Dallas going to flop the best of it. Not much going for our other players. See if anyone's feeling frisky. Are we allowed to say that at ladies' night? Maybe that'll become a theme. Maybe, let's see. Maybe I should just go here and be like, am I allowed to say that at ladies' night? And she's feeling a little frisky. Yeah, I better not say that again, actually. Those twisted teas will knock you on, I'm guessing, off your feet. Remember the gas station video where the dude was smacked in the head by one? I'm not sure if I've seen that or not. I have to check that out. Guess it was an ad. I don't recall seeing an ad for a twisted tea. They've done pretty good with branding considering how little I see their ads. Because I didn't even see the label on the can there. I just knew from the color. Look at Jerry's stack. Things looking impressive there. She's building a wall. Over $500. Looks like Poison's having some trouble keeping her chips up. She's going to have to ask Jerry for some advice on how to build those walls. Cheers again.
All right, cheers, girlfriends.
Okay, too much. Can't do that.
Hey guys, if I identify as such, can I get into the lineup?
Miss Mary going to be here next week. Looking forward to that. We always love having you in the mix, Miss Mary. Mary Blowpop, as they call her. Is it okay to call Mary Blowpop on the stream? I wonder what she thinks about that. Oh, sorry, just slipped into my consciousness there for a second. Hope you don't mind, Miss Mary. Ooh. Lori had flopped top pair here, and now Madi turning the dagger. 4 comes in to make the sneaky set. Madi always friendly, just leads for $10, giving Lori a nice price. And now not sure what the betting action was on the river. 20 and call. And a king on the river. Wow, Lori gets away cheap there. Could have lost all of it. Full house versus top trips. If you're Lori, you're feeling sick. You just felt good the entire way down there. And then you see that turn set. Oh my goodness. It's the sickest thing whenever your opponent does it. And it feels oh so good whenever you see a turn peel off and it gives you the set. And Miss Mary, living up to the name, says she was having a blow pop while she was watching the stream. Oh, thank God Miss Mary's not mad. She made a joke about eating a blow pop while she's watching the stream. Okay, I'm sorry, too much. Yes, thanks to Scott. I've actually got a bunch of Pez sitting in front of me here. Jerry just going straight to 20. The ace-queen offsuit. Poison going to call with pocket 4s. Shorty with the ace-king. Just going to flat call here. Could have put the other 2 players in the pressure cooker. And it looks like, is this the splash pot or is that just... And nope, this is the splash pot. Look at that. Shorty going to let him off the hook. Could have definitely squeezed right there. You know she's fearless too. But does allow them to take a flop. Oh my goodness. And Poison in prime shape to get her chips back plus here as Jerry has flopped top pair, top kicker, and Shorty has flopped top 2. Oh my. And Shorty gonna stick it in after it goes bet and flat call. Am I allowed to say stick it in on ladies' night? Okay, sorry. Intrusive thoughts? And now, what is Jerry gonna do? I mean, you know Poison. She's doing a little acting job here. Maybe looking like she doesn't love that Shorty shoved, but Jerry is gonna call. Oh, is Poison worried that Jerry could have aces or kings here because she raised to $20 pre-flop? But I don't think she's going to be folding a set of 4s, and she's not. What a cooler setup situation here. Shorty not dead. You see she has 17% there. Jerry is blocking one of her aces, but she does still have a few outs. 5 to be exact. Jerry in really bad shape. She's going to need like running queens here or running straight. Shorty with 3 outs. And one way or the other, we're going to have the air horns going on this one. Guess they're deciding if they're going to go once or twice here. There's $600 in the middle, guys. Big pot for ladies' night. This is a 1-1 game with a $200 cap, so all 3 of these ladies up close to that original max buy of $200, and we had a little extra dead money in there, so $570, nearly 3 full buy-ins in the pot. Deuce on the turn, deuce on the river. Poison makes a full house, and it looks like they're just going once. Shorty shows ace king. She probably likes it, but Poison shows the set and takes down not only the biggest pot of the night so far, but also the splash pot. Looks like some personal lubricant jelly there. I guess it's as personal as you want it to be. And goodness gracious, guys, that's a big one. And Poison, who just got stacked a few minutes ago, comes right back and deals the sick cooler. Always feels good whenever your opponent is thinking they've got it on hammerlock, top 2 pair, and you've got that bottom set. So even though their hand feels so strong to them, you got them almost dead. And Poison adding some green chips to her stack there. Loving the chat from Miss Mary. Appreciate that. Oh, that's tough for Shorty, man. You rebuy a couple of times, and then you pick up ace-king. You allow multiple players to the flop. Flop top 2 pair and still get stacked. How does that happen? And Shorty just going to go ahead and rip it here with the queen-8 offsuit. Back to that strategy of the quick fires to see if you can either spin it up or rebuy. And Ari going to give her some action. She's got queen-10 offsuit, pretty loose call, but she's going to be very happy to see she's got Shorty dominated. Jerry out of there, and we're going to take it heads up to the flop here. Cards on the backs. And lo and behold, the board's going to run out here to give Shorty the chop. Queen high, good. And Shorty has come down from that 65% pre-flop raise percentage, but 46, still very impressive. Most of the rest of our players floating around the normal range in the teens and low 20s. Anytime you can get that pre-flop raise percentage up over 40%, you're doing some serious damage. I guess no air horn for the chop, guys, but we can hit him with a couple of crickets here. Tessa picking up the bullets in the cutoff. Am I allowed to talk about the ladies picking up a bullet? Sorry about that. Another intrusive thought. Poison with top pair here. Some backdoor draws. Probably feeling pretty good about this hand. Toss taking a c-bet into the 5-way pot here.
If you ever cried during sex.
And are you going to bet 15 on the turn here? And it looks like Poison just folds the 8. Good fold. And she's going to be really happy to see that she made that fold after Tessa comes in with the min raise on the turn. Gets called, and then check on the river. Ari gets to go to a cheap showdown with that little stabbing bet on the turn. Kind of like everybody's play here. Joey's saying he's going to be in Dallas next weekend and come by to check it out. Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing you. Just come in and look for Nick and Poison, a.k.a. Christy. I'm sure we'll be here playing. Come by and say, hey, what's up? think I'll probably remember if you tell me that you're Joey Jackoff from the stream. Pretty iconic name. Am I allowed to say Joey Jackoff on the stream? Sorry, another intrusive thought. Ari picking up the suited ace-king. Just going to bump it up to 15, get a call from Jerry here. You can see these larger sizings, you know, they just get it down to those heads up and three-way pots. Those smaller sizings just play pump it up, 4, 5, 6-way pots. Ace high board for Ari, outflops the 4s. And I thought Jerry might get a little sticky here. She is thinking about it. Really digging that card protector. Okay, she is going to make the call. See if Ari comes again. She does 20 again. Oh, special delivery from Miss Jerry. She picked that thing up like it's a long lost friend. Always frustrating when you make a light call and then your opponent comes with the same small sizing on the turn, but now you're pretty sure you're beat, but you're also getting an even better price, and you're like, would she maybe do this like with a flush draw? Could I possibly still have the best hand here with 4s? And then now just rips it in your face on the river, and you're like, bye-bye $40. Jerry actually giving it a good long thought here. I kind of thought she would snap fold this one, but she's feeling suspicious. Hopefully for her sake, she decides to let it go. And she does. She'll be happy when she watches that one back and sees that Ari had the goods the entire way down. Looked like she maybe like put her on a flush draw there and just didn't believe her. So a little bit off on her read, but ends up making the right fold. As Mary saying, Poison looks so at ease now. A triple up will do that to you. As well as some orange soda with vanilla vodka. That can help as well. Speaking of. And Madi actually came into the booth here just a second ago and handed me a sip card that says, drink if you can tie a cherry stem in a knot with your tongue. Oh, so you're like a good kisser then? And apparently they are doing a prop bet next week that whoever cannot tie a cherry stem with their tongue when they congregate for this game on Thursday is going to owe a $5 bounty to the rest of the table. So that's fun. And I'm guessing we're going to get to watch that go down on stream. So I am excited and curious to see how that plays out. And we're getting a little preview on our cards here, and Maddie doesn't even know it yet. She's over there having a good time reading out these cards, but she is about to look down at two beautiful aces. Let's watch her reaction as she checks the aces and see if she gives away anything. Not really. Definitely nothing you would pick up on if you didn't know she had aces. She does bump it up to 5. That might give you a hint because typically she's pretty passive pre-flop and just does a lot of limping in and then calling. She's going to bump it up this time, and then Poison going to kind of step in it here. Makes a little bit of an odd 3-bet to $10 in the cutoff. Miss Mary gonna practice the cherry tie this week. Maddie gonna come back over the top for 20, and that invites in these other players. Jerry gonna be able to get away. But Ari and Poison both gonna come along, getting a good price. And Maddie gives them a chance to outflop her, but not gonna happen. She flops top set. Now leads for $10, and that's probably going to keep both players in. It does. And she sees a scary deuce on the turn as it brings in hearts. But that's not going to stop her from betting. In fact, it's probably going to encourage her to bet a little bigger to protect from that 4th heart coming in. Ari folds and Poison folds. And Maddie gets a pretty good one there. If any of you guys out there in chat land are a lady yourself or know any ladies that would be interested in playing on this live stream, please get them in contact with us. They can send us a DM on Facebook or Instagram at PHSocialDallas, and we will happily put them on the list for a future stream. Poison looking to get her money back here. Wakes up with queens and the hijack. Gonna bump it up to 10 and get 3 callers. Not much going for anybody else. Dallas with the backdoor nut flush draw. But Poison gonna c-bet 20 and get 3 folds. Yeah, Mary. Jerry lost that big one in the 3-way all-in where Shorty had ace-king, Jerry had ace-queen, and Poison had pocket 4s. Couple of limps here. Dallas going to ISO to 5, and then Shorty going to 3-bet to 20. I like that play from her a lot. It's not going to get through Ari with the ace-queen, though. Dallas going to call as well with the same hand. Kind of a dangerous flop here. Ari top with the backdoor club. Shorty with the front door clubs and a pair of jacks. You know she's not going anywhere. Oh, the turn card, disastrous. Dallas and Shorty both making 2 pair. Ari still liking the strength of her ace queen here. And it's actually Shorty with the best of it, as she has the same hand as Dallas, but also has that free roll to the clubs. She's just gonna rip it, and might be tough for Ari to get away from this. She also has a gut shot to go with her top. Looks like Shorty's playing with Poison's toy. Am I allowed to say that Shorty's playing with Poison's toy on the ladies' night stream? Sorry about that, another intrusive thought. And yeah, Ari gonna just rip it in there. Dallas gonna call, and I think we're 3 ways all in here, guys. And Shorty with the best of it. River's in 9. And it's just gonna be a chop between Dallas and Shorty. I mean, that's like crickets. But, I mean, it's gotta be like a little bit of air horn. I think just one, right? Maybe some applause. Yeah. I mean, what do we do when there's a 3-way all in? So the 2 chopping players are actually doing pretty well. Poor Ari. Probably we should just sympathize with her. Let's just hit her with a trombone. Shorty had to be loving that spot right there. How good does that feel when you get it in with the same hand, but you got the free roll to the redraw? Excuse me. She does brick on it this time, but always good feeling to flip over those cards and see that you cannot lose. Although in this situation with the 3rd player all in, it's a little bit different, but you're still feeling pretty good about your spot. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this soundboard is rejuvenating my excitement for doing commentary and making content in general. Shout out to JT for bringing this thing up here. I know we didn't get into it too heavy tonight, but we definitely played around with it and had a good time. And I think I'm just gonna get better at how to implement it. I really want to keep working with the voice changer functions. We got some good ones. Let me take a peek at a couple of these here. The reverb. All right. That's kind of like the consciousness, I guess. Echo. 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 A robot?
I am here to take your money.
Oh, these things are wild. Not sure where I'm going to work them all in, but that's a good time. He's got Bowser on here. Ooh, looks like it's bomb pot time. A lot of mystery cards here, but Poison does have trips on the bottom board. And now quads. You gotta be loving that. You got a gut shot to go with it on the top board. Lori with the ace king on the bottom board. Not sure how well these ladies know how to play bomb pots. Oftentimes, if you have a hand like ace king on ace 999, you might be feeling pretty good about it. In actuality, you would lose to pocket deuces, as you do have to use 2 cards in Omaha. So if you try to use your ace and your king, then that means you cannot use all 3 of the 9s. So you would just be playing 2 pair. So actually what you would end up playing in this situation if you were Lori would be the trip 9s on the board, and then you would just play ace king high. So any pocket pair would beat you, and of course a 4th 9 beats you, as you can play quads and still play 2 cards. And oh my goodness, Poison actually makes the nuts on both boards here. And I think I just saw Madi flip over pocket kings with the king high flush. And okay, something off with the graphics there because she got her money back. But Poison should have scooped that one if our cards were correct. She had the nut straight and the quads. Yeah, not sure about that one. Could have been a graphics error. Or possibly Madi had the straight as well and got quartered, but it looked like she just got her own bet back there, so. These girls are having a good time over here, guys. And Shorty back at it. Bumping it up to 15 from early position with the queen 9 offsuit. It said she's got 40. I'll have to get a look at her stack there. So what she had been doing when she was down to around 50 bucks is just shoving it. Well, she raises to 15 here. Tessa going to call with the pocket 5s on the button. Tanisha in the small blind with the pocket 6s. Must have just sat down here. We'll see if we can get a look at her. Poison in there, Dallas in there. Multi-way pot here, and Tanisha gonna flop top set in her very first hand that she gets dealt in. She's just gonna lead out for 20. Poison gonna give her some action here with top. And now Tessa in an interesting situation. She has a gut shot as well as a gut shot straight flush draw. Not to mention pocket 5s, which could be good if she were to hit a set. Although we can see in this situation that would not be the case. She's going to take a drink of twisted tea here before she makes up her mind. It's 20 to continue. I was wondering if she was thinking about raising. And it looks like she is. It's going to be a min raise to 40. We know Tanisha's not going anywhere. Let's see what Poison wants to do with it. And I guess let's actually see if Tanisha wants to just come right back over the top here. It's kind of assuming she'll just flat call with the 3 clubs being on board. And Tanisha does call, and Poison does wisely get out of the way. Good fold. Check on the turn. So Tessa actually buying herself kind of a cheap showdown there. But does find out that Tanisha rivers the full house and takes down a nice pot there in her very first hand at the table. And I just wanted to take this opportunity here, guys, to do a couple of quick shout outs for our promotions going on at the room. We're actually going to be developing, or should I say just unleashing, a brand new tournament schedule coming out here at the start of March. So that starts on Sunday, and I actually want to go to our poker atlas here. Just kind of read down the list for you guys. Got a lot of good stuff happening here at the room. We've been crushing our guarantees for our specialty tournaments. So starting on March 1st, our evening free roll is going to be a 1.2K guarantee. Monday is going to be a 5K guarantee. That's Nicole's game. We're going to be moving it from Wednesday to Monday. It's going to be an $85 buy-in with a $5,000 guarantee. So that's going to be our biggest guarantee of the week, guys. It's a Monday night. We've hosted a couple of big Monday night tournaments recently and have had blowout turnouts. The room was full, and we're hoping to get that going every Monday. So that's going to be Nicole's game. Tell your friends, get on up here to PH Social, play in that $85 5K guarantee on Monday. Then on Tuesday night, we're going to keep our same 2K guarantee free roll going. That's 2X Tuesday. We double the prize pool, and that turnout has been enormous recently. This last week, we had 77 unique runners in that tournament, as well as a bunch of re-entries and add-ons. So that prize pool got up to nearly $3,000 this past Tuesday, and I feel very confident that that's just going to keep rolling. That's our biggest turnout of the week right now, and it's a good one if you're wanting to come check out the room. That's Tuesday night at 7 p.m. for 2X Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, that is going to be a $2,000 guarantee green chip bounty. It's our one bounty tournament of the week, so you're not going to want to miss that. It's an $80 buy-in. 25 of it goes to the bounty. And then we, of course, have the regular prize pool there. It's a $2,000 guarantee for that one. And that is on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Then on Thursday, we're going to be doing something a little bit different here in March. We're going to be moving that tournament from 7 p.m. up to 5 p.m. And it's going to be called the 3K Rebuy Rampage. It's a $40 buy-in, so really small buy-in fee there for a $3,000 guaranteed tournament. And we want that one to kind of be a rapid fire where people are just showing up and just firing bullets one after the other, helping to reach that $3,000 guarantee, but also giving people a lot of cheap chances to kind of do what Shorty was doing tonight, where you're on that short stack and you're just trying to build it up really quick. 2-3 shoves in a row, and the next thing you know, you're chip leading the table. So that's going to be Thursday night. We're actually starting that one at 5 p.m., guys, instead of 7 p.m. It's going to be called Rebuy Rampage, $3,000 guarantee, $40 buy-in. And then on Friday night, something else exciting is that we are going to be doubling that prize pool as well, just like we do on 2X Tuesday. It's going to be 2X Friday, where we're going to be doing another free roll, our same normal structure, but it's a $2,000 guarantee. So really good one to get out to for that as well. And then Saturday night's going to be a 1.2K free roll, just like Sunday. So all of our evening events, we're bumping up the prize pool. Those free rolls used to be 1K guarantee. We're going to 1.2K, as well as doubling the Friday tournament and then adding a couple more specialty events there, guys. So we're taking it to the next level with the tournaments here. Been getting some really good turnouts, and we appreciate all of you guys for showing up for those. We hope you continue to do that. We enjoy having you here at PH Social, and having you here, makes the room buzz, and that energy has really been picking up for these evening tournaments. So just want to give a quick shout out to those. We also have our great promotions going for our cash games. And those cash game promotions, wanted to get into that real quick, and that is the number one leading is our Flush Rush. It's been going for several months here. Every day that thing runs, it goes up $100 towards the jackpot, and it has been traditionally running Monday through Friday. Actually, in March, we're going to be moving that from Sunday until Thursday. So changing around those hours just a little bit. And that's going to be 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. every day from Sunday until Thursday. And that jackpot goes up $100 per day, assuming that no one takes the buyout. Because if you hit 3 flushes in 3 different suits and win the pot, you do have the option to take a buyout for $100, 10 hours of playtime, and a free hoodie. Or you can turn down the buyout and you can go for it all to try and hit that jackpot, which right now is at $2,800. Pretty significant, guys. And it actually got hit just last month for $3,400. So it is possible to hit it. And yeah, you don't want to miss out on that. I mean, you're going to play cash games anyway. Why not just show up with a chance to win really big? And yeah, it does seem tough to hit flushes, but when you're actually here playing, you'd be surprised how often they're getting hit. We have a board, it's full. Sometimes we got 12, 15 names down that board of different players who are competing for the flush rush on any given day, trying to stack up those flushes. So that promotion's a lot of fun, guys. And we're going to have some more stuff coming your way, but just wanted to shout out those really quickly. And we're about to have to let you guys off the hook here. It looks like our game actually is wrapping up just a little bit early tonight. We normally go till about midnight, but we're going to wrap it up here at 11:15, 11:20, and say we appreciate all of you for joining us. The streaming is going to be over, Miss Mary. Sorry for cutting it a little bit early here, but we're looking forward to seeing you at the room. We're also looking forward to seeing all the rest of you guys who joined us tonight at the room. Hit that like button for us real quick before you tune off. And we are going to see you guys on Monday for David's No Cap Monday, a little 5-5 action. And then I'll be back with you next Thursday for some more ladies' night action. So thank you all for being here with us.